Hey YouTube, it's your girl, Cora's Candy Confections. I'm coming to you tonight with a video about cleaning your apples because so many people are confused about cleaning apples. I have 2 pots because I have to clean 200 apples. I buy my apples by the case from a local produce company, and I have 3 cases that I have to clean. This is an apple. They come out nice and pretty. I take this apple. I use simply boiling hot water. I don't add apple cider vinegar. I don't add anything. I just use plain hot water. Put it in there. Put it in there. I'm doing 3 at a time in this pot. And I'm going to do 4 in the red pot. And because they're big apples, I do mine for about 20 seconds. I want to make sure all the wax off. I see people say 5 to 10 seconds, but then you wonder why your apple's still shedding or leaking the candy and don't last 2 or 3 days. I don't do 5 to 10 seconds. I do way more than that because I want to make sure they clean and they don't cook my apples. You don't do any of that. I got my son Tyler helping me today. He's going to clean as I take them out the water. He's going to dry them, and I'll show you how I'm setting them up. Because these boxes come with these little, I'll show you in a minute. You know, the containers or the holders for the apple. I save those, and I'll show you the pans and the setup I have because I do have to clean 225 apples. But I'm taking these out now. They're not soft or anything. That's why I only use Granny Smith, because you're not cooking them. You just drying them good enough to get the wax off. I mean, you're washing them good enough to get the wax off. So I just cleaned 7. He's drying them. What I'm going to show you is my actual setup. I have long cookie sheets. 3 of them. These are my apples that I've already washed. Tyler, give me that apple right there in the corner. I'm going to show you how it's already beginning to sap. See it right here. This apple is already beginning to sap. That's not water. That's sap. Not water. That's sap. And I didn't add any apple cider vinegar or anything. That apple is sapping. I can touch it and it's sticky. It's starting to sap early, which is good because I'll let them sit for 48 hours. But I'm going to dip a total of, let me let you see those. Those are apples. I'm going to dip a total of 200. Tyler, give me that purple thing out here. You see how these apples come in the carts? The purple carts, I'll keep those because all the ones I can't get on the pans or the trays on the table, I'm going to put in those purple carts so they can sap. Put that one back. But I mean, this is the process. Boiling hot water. I'm using my fiberware stove. I normally do it over the big stove. But I'm just doing this to make this video so everybody can kind of get it together as far as cleaning apples. They didn't have any stickers on them, so it wasn't anything for me to take off. I'm just putting them in the pot. And these are some good apples. Good apples. I probably could do 5 in this pot. I can't. I take my green slotted special. I just stir them around a little bit. I waste a little water there. Let them stir them around a little bit. If you're using red apples, the time I use is too much for you. Just hold on, I put out 3 of them on there. The time I use is too much. I don't use red apples at all. They get too soft, they get mushy, and they can't stand the heat. And nobody wants a soft, mushy apple. Disgusting. Disgusting altogether. I'm ready for these. I'm going to take these out because they've been in the water long enough. If you're using a good Granny Smith apple, they can stand that water. And that's how you know your apple's clean. And let them sit for that 48-hour period. I know people be rushing or you take a last minute order. That's fine if they're going to eat the apples the same day. But if you plan on, well, within a couple of hours, actually, because it'll start to break down the pinhole. And another problem I see people saying, once they put them in a bag, their apples begin to slide. That's because they have not cooled down all the way. You have to let them cool down so you don't have pinholes. To keep from getting I mean, not pinholes, I'm sorry, y'all. To keep them from sweating off. Because when you put them in that, I use cellophane bags that I order from Amazon. Or I use the plastic containers, which I get from Mary Carter's, which is here. When you put them in the bag and close them up, that heat from that apple is staying inside that bag, causing all that candy to sweat off. And that's not what you want. You don't want somebody to say, oh, I bought apples and they sweated off within an hour or during my event. That's not a good thing. But this is just a quick technique so people don't be so lost in cleaning apples, because I see people saying, well, my apple sweat, or they had all these holes or all these bubbles. The key to a good apple is this: a proper working thermometer. It has to be proper. The cleaning process has to be done. I mean, I don't think it's anywhere around it. That 48 hours make a big difference, and it helps your apples last. So as long as you cleaning the apples good, and you got a good thermometer, you can get a good apple. Period. I don't care what anybody says. Just kind of set yourself up in a position where, hey, I know this weekend I got this many apples. Today is Tuesday. Go ahead Tuesday and clean those apples. They'll be ready for dipping Friday. When you get ready to dip them, I take a wet paper towel, wipe them off to get the sap off, and then I dry them with a dry paper towel. Stick them with my sticks and they ready. I use bamboo sticks, the 5.5. The straws will fit over those. So this is just something quick to try and help you guys get clean apples, get pretty apples, get good apples. I'm one of those people, I like pretty food. I'm going to come back and give you guys another video of me dipping and my coloring. Thank you for joining Cora's Candy Confections. Good night.